Hello, this is the G-Man of VAP because my opinion is just that interesting. Dear Mr. Dutko, today you said something incredibly stupid, and because of that, I must ask you, are you really that ignorant, or are you really that foolish? Per usual, you spent 20 minutes of your show lying through your teeth. Per usual, it was about something you have no qualification to talk about. Dinosaurs supposedly living with humans. You made the claim, once again, like you've done so often in the past, that somehow there's a giant conspiracy in order to cover up the alleged fact that dinosaurs have in fact lived with human beings, even though they haven't. What you like to cite for your evidences for dinosaurs living with humans are incredibly stupid and asinine. You like to point to cave paintings and murals on walls that demonstrate and show animals that might or might not be dinosaurs. A lot of the times, they are demonstrably not any dinosaur we have in the fossil record. Which also brings me to another great point. Fossils and carbon dating. You and your faux, fake evolutionary scientist friend, Dr. Grady McMurtry, like to point out how supposedly carbon-14 dating doesn't work, even though it does. You can only use it within a couple thousand years. Anything older than that, and it's useless. But you never talk about that, because that would ruin your agenda. Anyway, you like to point to carbon-14 dating, somehow proving that dinosaurs are younger than 65 million years. But I thought carbon dating didn't work. So why are you using that? Because you're a liar and a fool. That's why. Also, you have this idea that it's a conspiracy, trying to hide the fact that dinosaurs lived with humans. There is no conspiracy, Bob. There is no conspiracy. Get it through your head, okay? If dinosaurs did live with humans, that wouldn't throw as big of a monkey wrench into evolution as you think. But if they did, so what? But this conspiracy doesn't exist, okay? The reason why creation scientists, and I use that term very loosely, because most creationists that I hear and hear arguments from, they're they're psychologists, they're they're agriculturists. I think I botched that word. Forgive me. They're lawyers like Lee Strobel. They don't have the credibility to talk about this kind of thing. And you like to tote this idea that somehow creationism has the backing of PhD scientists, which you'll drag their credentials around. But when an actual professor of paleontology or biology or someone who studies comparative anatomy or phylogenetics, that doesn't matter to you if they contradict with your personal agenda. The truth is, creationists never actually do science. They, even if they're intelligent design advocates, they tout around, they tout around ideas that don't have any utility. They're unfalsifiable and they're not demonstrable. No creationist has ever put forward a good, solid piece of work advocating the idea of an intelligent designer. But even so, what you fail to realize is that whether or not God created everything has nothing to do with whether or not evolution is true. You compartmentalize your arguments into these stupid little niches without realizing how, if this cave painting was a dinosaur, who cares? Evolution still happened. If dinosaurs live with humans, who cares? Evolution still happened. If God created the universe, who cares? Evolution still happened. And there's and you think you have this this hole in one when it comes to evolutionary scientists, evolutionists, all these nasty atheists. Which, atheists and evolutionary scientists don't go hand in hand. Okay, you need to get that into your head once and for all. But they don't, they won't bring up the facts. They only insult. No, they can do things hand in hand because creationists don't do science. They are like the Flat Earth Society because they deny the facts. They begin with an agenda, and then they look for the evidences that support their preconceived notions. So the reason why real scientists will not discuss creationism and evolution with creationists is because, one, creationists don't know what they're talking about, ever. They don't know what the theory of evolution is. Which I would like to know, what do you believe is the definition of the theory of evolution? What do you think are the elements of biology that make it up? I bet you could not name them because you don't know, because you don't care. But creation scientists don't know these things. They don't do real science, ever. And the work that they do, that they submit to these peer-reviewed publications, is of no merit. That's why they get censored. Because they're not doing science. Get that into your head. Quit throwing around this baseless conspiracy theory and learn some real science.